Hey everybody. I have a subject that I guess we need to discuss because too many people have asked me a question regarding this subject, and I just saw a post about the subject that I commented on, so I figured why not make a video? Y'all know I love to talk. So people are asking if men and women who are together should pay 50-50 for responsibilities, especially when living together and they're not married. And so I've had my sons ask me about this. I've had men call and get counseling, life coaching about this. I've even had women ask. And I will say that I'm a little biased about the subject because my viewpoint is a little different from a lot of people. I do feel like it should be equal respect. It should be equal consistency. It should be equal love. Those things, that should be 50-50. But as far as responsibilities in life and who pays what, I mean, honestly, what else would a man provide if he's not providing money in 2021? Other than the things I just mentioned. My sons have asked me this. I have a son who's married, and he called me and was serious about wanting to know how to care for his wife the right way. And financially speaking, she's awesome with money. She's got her head on right. And to be honest, I think her being in his life helps him with the money. But I definitely didn't tell my son that he is supposed to expect his wife, who just birthed his son, to pay half of the bills in the home. That's not my belief. Women have 60% of the responsibility in life of being human. Like we we do the most. We have to bear the children, birth the children, take care of the children, take care of you men, take care of ourselves. While we got to learn to become aware out of this brainwash, oppressed, I need to be cared for, damsel in distress state that men have had us in for so many years. And on top of that, we got to work, we got to make money, we got to take care of our homes, we got to live our best lives, keep ourselves up, stay active, stay sane. And then you're telling me that I have a man in my life, and this man says he loves me, and I have to pay bills? And I don't get it. I have to form life in my body. I've done it 3 times. What man can do that? So it makes me confused when we talk about human responsibility. Yes, it takes a man to help produce a child if you don't want to use technology. I mean, with technology, they got all types of ways to make babies. We got all type of mutant people walking around. But does this man carry this child? Does this man develop this child and change the whole infrastructure of his body for this child to come into this world? Does this man give that child the energy that a woman does? No. And most men don't take care of the kids like a woman does after the child is born. So why is it not okay for a man to pay bills? What else do men do then? You don't hunt the food. You don't really got to protect us. We got our own guns. We know how to kick ass ourselves. We kind of got it covered as women, and women don't need men and children. So at the end of the day, I just kind of feel that it should be out of honor and just love of the fact that we women do bring these children into the world. We have brought you into the world. A woman brought a man into the world. You're here. If you're a man watching this video, a woman brought you here. And I just feel like when a woman is put into a position of being compared to who's 50-50, like I keep telling people, I'm not a feminist. I don't believe in 50-50, right? You men are not equal to us. You never will be. And it's not a superiority issue. It is a biology issue. You're not. We're the superior being. We birth the children. That doesn't make us weaker. It makes us stronger. You're incapable to do what I can do. I can do everything you do. I can do all that stuff. I can do all of that. But you can't do what I do. You don't know what a period is like. You don't know what it feels like to go through a hysterectomy to the degree where you've been bleeding your whole life and now you're not, or you've had an injury and now this has to happen and you can't have children. All these different things go on with women that men never really have to experience, other than them having vasectomies and maybe being sterile. I guess that's the closest you can get. But you don't know how it feels to say that we should do life 50-50. I mean, if anybody disagrees with me, of course, chime in. Let me know your opinion. This is always an open platform, safe space to talk, as long as we don't discriminate and hate. But I just don't agree with this 50-50 movement that we women are pushing out here. It's you're leaving the men to not have, I guess, that animalistic drive to go and seek things in life. And yeah, if he's sick, yeah, you should help out. If he can't pay the bills or he loses a job or something happens, you don't just leave your man. No, you don't just waste your money while he's paying bills. You're supposed to be saving and investing. You're supposed to be out here taking that money and doing something for the kids and making it, more. But it's to me, if I gotta make the money and do all this stuff, plus pay the bills, plus have sex, and plus it's too much, men. It really is. I mean, the most honorable thing a man can do for me is love me in the way to take care of the things that are just I shouldn't have to take care of. And because this is still a male-driven, dominant society, women still get paid less. So it's like, why are we trying to catch up and boss up with y'all and compete with y'all and try to pay bills? I used to do this with dudes, and I'm not doing it no more. Like, no, I believe men are supposed to pay the money. Y'all supposed to pay to take us out. You're supposed to pay for clothes. You're supposed to pay for shoes. However you want me to look, whatever you're doing, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, I could do it for myself, and yes, I'll buy you things. That's not what the problem is. It's not about not buying. I know some women say they'll never buy a man things, and I used to be that woman. But no, I like actually buying things and putting a dude in some nice clothes and shoes and all that. That's cool for me. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem paying and taking us out to lunch sometimes, or doing surprise dinners, or paying for trips here and there as gifts. But I don't want it to be my responsibility to take care of things financially on a regular, ongoing basis, outside the scope of some regular little stuff for the family and the kids and us. And if we don't have kids and things, then just us. If we got a dog, I'll take care of that. But my money should be used to put into investments and do more. The male's money should be used to pay for the responsibilities of the household. I don't care if we have kids or not. When you can bleed like we bleed, if you bled like I bled, man, you men would kill yourself. And then y'all wonder why I'm a crazy bitch, and the pain that I go through every month, and all the stuff that we women have to sacrifice between trying to choose to have children, not have children, pro-life, pro-choice, pro all these things that you people out here say that we don't have control over our own bodies. But there are circumstances and situations that you just don't understand. And because of that, because you can never understand, because you'll never know, because it really ain't your business, honestly. It's women. I mean, you can try to understand, but it ain't your business. It's women's business. Birthing children and what goes on with us, a man will never really know what that feels like. We can never describe it to you. There's not even a machine that can get close to what your whole entire body, from your mind, body, and soul, goes through to bring life into this world. So with that being said, I'm not man bashing or anything. I love men. I think that we're coming into an age where women are starting to become more understanding of men, and men are trying to become understanding of women. And I love this era that we're in. This Aquarius change, this new era is really feeling good. And we're able to actually communicate and open a dialect together and discuss how we feel. And this is just me discussing how I feel. I'm not going against nobody else's morals, values, or beliefs. This is not hating or putting nobody else down. I just feel like that's just something that I don't want to take care of. I don't feel like a man has a right to gain all control because he handles things financially. I don't feel any of that. Because you can have a male in a home who is a beta male, and he has an alpha female, and she still shouldn't have to pay the bills. She still shouldn't. If you live in two separate homes, you should call and ask her, does she need help with her bills? It's a lot of us living in our own situation, and we're paying a lot of money to live in our situations. And usually women spend more money than men, so our bills are high. Things are ridiculous with women. And the one thing that I wish a man would do for me is manage my money. It would help me for him to take control over that, because I don't do good with it. Now, women out here might get mad, talking about, oh, she need control. No, honey child, please, I'm fucked up with money. You give me $10,000, I'm gonna spend 20, and I don't even do credit. So go figure that. So it's just a problem that I notice as I talking with other women in different age groups, that we're not able to save money, invest money the way that we should. We're starting to become into that enlightenment. We're starting to grow, and our frequency is rising when it comes to money as women as a whole. We're doing better things with it. But still, we all, especially the women that I do talk to and I get to counsel with and those who confide in me, we're having issues with managing money. And I'm noticing that a lot of my guy friends, they're really good with money. They're able to save, they're able to do this, they're able to do that, but they don't know how to invest or they don't know where to put the money. And that's why I said I feel like responsibilities come in 50-50 when it comes to things like that. Like, I'll take care of this, I'll take care of that, I got this covered, I got that covered, we're gonna make sure we do this together. But if you come into a situation where a man is paying all the bills and you as the female is spending all the money, your money plus his money, and let's say you don't have kids and you're not investing, I mean, really, why would he want to stay with you? What type of situation is that if all you're doing is spending? So I don't believe that there's been a lot of clarity on what it means when it comes to living together in or in separate homes, in the home, out of the home. Y'all might have your own homes. How that should look. And it definitely shouldn't be an abusive or toxic situation or a using situation, because it defeats the purpose of the balance. If a woman is not out here taking care of her responsibilities and making sure she's doing her part, then the whole structure will fall. Same goes for a man. And that's why I feel like bills and these things should be talked about in the dating stage, and it needs to be an honest conversation of what you believe, because this is a morals, values, and belief issue. It's not a judgment issue. It's not shame on you. People have a right to feel how they feel. I just think scientifically, logically, and biologically speaking, it doesn't make sense for me to have to do everything a man has to do when a man can't do everything I can do. And that's just the facts about it. Getting yourself into a healthy communication type relationship where you got open dialect, you guys are able to come to each other in an honest way and speak about these things, that will help two people who have different morals, values, and beliefs. You may be able to compromise. But please believe, fellas, some of you have said some things to me directly that are very misogynistic statements. And again, I try not to judge or do these things in a shame on you type manner. I've done enough of that shaming, and I've done enough man bashing, and I just don't even want to go that route no more. So I just want to talk, and hopefully people can learn. We can learn from talking and maybe relating. But it's a situation where you just don't understand all of our burdens, and we don't understand all of your burdens. And so coming together and talking and communicating about how you want your lives to be lived and how you expect the future to look, you have to talk about the present. And I feel like the first conversation, if you're really seriously dating somebody, is, hey, what's your credit look like? What's your finances look like? How are you with money? And if you're a man that's not good with money, you're not trustworthy, you're a scamming con artist type dude, please believe you will be found out. And these people are putting folks in jail these days. So y'all just got to kind of watch out, women who you trust, because that's our issue with you men. Like, I trust one person with my money. One. And I know a lot of people. So it's not that you can go out here and just give your money to somebody. It's not like you can have that control or that responsibility put on somebody and they actually do it right. So this is a trust thing. You got to really trust somebody to do this. But even if you don't give them access to the money, you need to have somebody that is accountability buddy. And that should be your dude. He should be able to say, hey, babe, you spending too much money. We need to talk. We need to, without us tripping. And that's just like vice versa, dudes. If my bills, I pay a lot of money to live where I live. And it's hard to be trying to go out with the dude and do all this stuff when I know I got bills on my mind, and then you want me to loosen up and do all these things. And your ass got money just sitting out the shoe boxes and falling out the cabinets and shit. But you don't offer to ever help me. Like, that's not how that works. It's, to me, if we're building a relationship and we're supposed to be together, we're building a partnership, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I got my stuff covered. But it's just nice for you to ask and not have to make the woman have to ask you, because we don't know your pockets. We don't know what you got. So if you don't have it and you can't do anything about it, just ask and say, hey, I don't have any money to offer, but, I just want to know your bill situation. Is everything cool? And of course, if you're dating and you haven't dated long enough, this is a timing thing. You can't just be asking folks about their bills. But during the dating stage, this needs to be a conversation. And as you grow and develop into whatever your partnership is going to be, it need to be a continued conversation until it's not a problem. And it's not a bashing or shame on you. I have an issue with bashing and shaming people. After some point my mental illness kicks in and I start, you this. And it doesn't help. It scares everybody, breaks them down, and they just end up being less than. So I understand that me being that type of toxic person, it doesn't help the situation, nor does it grow us as people. So I'm not going into this year with the mindset that I'm not the problem. I know that I'm imperfect as a woman. So women are imperfect. We talk too much. We get on y'all motherfucking nerves. And in my world, I believe men are just meant to be with multiple women. And if we women could understand that most men want to be with multiple women, there's only 3 signs on the zodiac that want to be monogamous, then we would probably be better off trying to accept people for who they are. And that's a whole nother thing. I have a video I have to talk about men versus women and these rules and statutes and all these limitations we got on each other. But I would like to know everybody's opinion on this. Do you think I'm just flat out fucking wrong, or do you feel like, this sounds logical? At the end of the day, I guess we all just have opinions and viewpoints. So this is just what I feel from my viewpoint, from my life experiences. This is what I've taught my children. I just feel like at the end of the day, a woman should always make her money. A woman should always have money. She should be invested. She should have her own world that she's building, of course. And we women got to get the money spending under control for those of us who don't. But I need you men to understand, for a lot of us women, it is an honor for you, and it is appreciated by us for these bills to get paid, dinners to be bought, trips to be paid for, all these things. It gives me more joy and less stress for me to be able to go and do the romantic things that you don't think of. And it gives me more time, because I don't have to work so hard, to make sure the life is balanced the way that 2 people, 3 people in my perfect world would be 3 people could make it. So 50-50 is out in 2021. It's 60-40, and that's just how it has to be. So I wanted to do a part 2 because there were some subjects that I didn't touch on, and I want to make sure that I'm very clear about this 50-50 situation, because I am a part of the LGBTQ community, and I did have somebody ask me when they viewed the video that I made earlier, what about the women? And to clarify, women in women relationships, I feel are 50-50 relationships because both of them women bear the burden and they understand what it is to be a woman, and they each share that responsibility. Even if neither of them have children, they both have children or not, they're still women. They're still dealing with periods, and they're still dealing with, conceptions and birthing and all these things. And with that, I just would never go into a situation with a female thinking that she would be responsible to pay for me, even if she was an alpha or more of a I would say male type female, male personality type female characteristics. I still don't expect her to pay my bills. I will pay my own bills. So this statement is only for men. And I know that seems unfair. Again, people can chime in. This is just my opinion, what I believe in. But I mean, we literally create life. We have to feed life. We have to grow life. And then we have to keep ourselves sane enough to nurture life. And we're struggling with this because right now there's too many responsibilities on women, and the dynamics of what we all need to do is just not fair. A man will never have to go to work bleeding. A man will never have to have an experience where, he's out in public and now he's embarrassed because he literally has blood all through his clothes and he's in so much pain, and now somebody's got to come rescue him. I don't know if you men have ever experienced anything like that other than some medical condition. So with the LGBTQ community and same-sex couples, I just feel that women and women would be a 50-50 situation. I also feel that when a husband and a wife are together, there's different dynamics that go into certain situations, because if I'm in a committed partnership, since I don't really believe, the whole marriage thing, either a committed partnership or a marriage, and the partner wants to build and they need my money to build, well, of course I would put my money in to build. That's the whole purpose of me saving, investing. this man is going to be paying bills and saving his money. So I definitely need to be saving and investing my money. And so if this man needs money to support our lifestyles, then I should very well be able to pull out some money without a problem. Again, I just want people to be clear on where my viewpoint comes from, because this is a person who believes in a triad relationships platform for a household. I believe that there's supposed to be committed partnerships and open dialect and open honesty. I am a female that does not believe in restricting people. You should be able to do what you want to do. If it comes a time where I'm in a relationship and the people in my relationship feel like they want to sleep or be with other people, they should be able to come and talk to me about it, and we should be able to have a conversation as a whole. And this may be something this person may follow through with, or they may not, but they should at least be able to come and tell you. So I'm speaking from a very unusual perspective that's not commonly heard of in America. So I am a different type of lady all the way around. This goddess has developed herself into her true self. And this is me speaking from the most honest place that I possibly can speak of what my perfect life looks like. And we're living in a society where these things are taboo. They're not supposed to be done. We're not supposed to be talking like this. But we have to open the dialect, and we need to communicate, because men and women are misunderstanding each other. And we're in a era where people are evolving. We're enlightening ourselves. Our frequencies are rising, and some of us aren't catching up. And so people help me. I want to help others, and I want you to help somebody else. That's how we need to pay it forward, is really with information. And so you may view me as wrong. You may think I'm a crazy fucking bitch, but at the end of the day, I'm just being real with the world and letting you see that there's a different viewpoint, a different mindset out here who thinks outside of the box, and there has to be others like me. And so again, this is not to say that men are just here to be slaves and they just need to work and they just no men need to understand where I'm coming from. You can never do what I can do, so why wouldn't it be your honor to make sure the money is paid? Why wouldn't you want to put your mom in that house? Why wouldn't you want to get your sister that car? Why wouldn't you want to do that for your daughter and your wife or your baby moms? If these women are good to you and they're trying their best not to be toxic, they're trying their best to grow. And I know some of us women aren't growing. I know some of us are shitty, but understand this, that comes from somewhere. And so those of us who are trying to grow, we're going to help those who don't know to grow. Because somebody helped me know to grow. I didn't want to grow before. And a woman came to me and said, no, honey, you have to grow. If it wasn't for these people paying it forward to me, I wouldn't be able to pay it forward now. A lot of you young men are out here with your mothers who are older, and you're having to take care of them because they don't have husbands, and they're home alone, and they're spending up money, and they're doing things, and they don't give you access to their bills and all these different burdens that you go through. This is something that women need to understand we should prepare for, because sons end up burdening themselves with their lifestyle in the end and not being able to give what they should to their children and their wives or significant others, because some of their mothers actually need them. Health-wise, financially, and physically, they need them around the house doing things. That shouldn't be a mama's boy statement or a shame on you statement made towards this man or against this man trying to love and care for his mother. It is a burden, and it is something that can be financially straining for any relationship if a man has to financially take care of his mother. So us women now, we need to take our money and be saving and preparing for our future. I know right now I need to save $3.5 million between now and when I'm 60 for me to do what I need to do and save what I need to save for my children and the next generation. So I know I have to make certain money and put certain things in play each month, each day, each year for me to achieve that, because I do not want my sons being burdened with me in that capacity. I mean, my children know I don't want to drive after 60. I don't expect to be cleaning my house after 60. It's a lot of stuff I'm not going to be doing after 60. And I'm noticing men who have older mothers, that's what's happening, because we're old that, like, dude, life is hard. I'm tired, tired of all of this. And so to relieve that burden now, for my children, I'm putting things in place, making sure I have my death arrangements together, have my will together, have things in place so it's not so hard for these young men. Because even though I want my house clean and I want rides, I don't expect them to do it. I got to put the money together. And maybe my sons will give me rides sometimes. They don't even live in this state, so I don't even expect them to do that. I would have to have car service. So I got to set my life up for that. I want to cook. I want somebody to cook for me every day after I'm 60. Like, that's my birthday gift to myself. If I make it to 60, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna enjoy life and do old people shit. I can't wait. I can't wait to travel the world and make gardens and be sustainably living and talk shit like an old lady. So the thing is, it's not easy for you men either to have to bear the responsibility. So it would be better if we can all get together, like I said, now, when it's earlier in the stages of time, to prepare your wives, prepare your daughters, prepare your sisters, prepare your mothers, prepare yourself. Because of course you need to step in if your mom needs help financially. And of course you can't tell somebody that's 70, 60, 80 years old how to spend money. She's been spending it this way. How she does it? I mean, yeah, she can learn, but does she really want to? I mean, there's other things she could be doing. It's just a matter of trying to figure out a healthy balance of managing her money plus your money and your time. And so ladies out here that, you know, kind of shit on these men for helping their moms and everything, you need to understand that that's the responsibility. They have to help their mothers. That's their job. And some of these men have toxic, abusive moms, and it's very hard for them, and it's unfair. So you giving them more slack or shaming on them and judging them or putting more heat into the situation than needs to be is not necessary. It's just going to make things worse. So I feel like it is our job to do our best to be as independent as possible, because ladies, even though a man is paying the bills and stuff, he can pass away, he can get sick, he can lose a job, he can lose his income, he can become disabled, and you might end up having to take care of him. And if you sit in that house or sit around and just spend up your money or don't make no money, then you're fucked, you're screwed. And don't nobody want to be going through that 1960s shit. Like, for what? We way past that era. So you definitely need to make your own money. You definitely need to learn what to do with money. You got to team up together, no matter if you're same sex or opposite sex relationships or in a triad relationship like I hope to be in. It's coming. It's coming. My two people are coming. They out here. They talking to me. I'm here. But to obtain balance, you know, everybody needs to do their part. And that's why I was saying in the previous video, we all have 50-50 responsibilities in life that we need to share with each other to get to the place where we want to get to. But paying bills should not be a woman's primary concern. That should be the one thing that a man wants to do. And ladies, if you can educate yourselves, get yourselves out here connected and team up with your guy or your girl and or your triad or your people, because some of us got multiple partners. And make a plan that works for you all financially and speak openly and accept where you're weak at, and men, you accept where you're weak at, and you all talk courageously and lovingly with constructive criticism to solve the problems. Then it will be less of an issue with money if we all just understand the dynamics of what money is for, how it should be used, and the tool in which it is. And I think a lot of us don't understand how to use the tool. And so we use it as a weapon sometimes, and we're killing each other and fucking up our vibes and tearing up our dreams over not knowing how to use this tool. So again, open dialect, everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what's going on. In 2021, it's all about talking. All this fake stuff, all these fake friendships, all these fake relationships, all these toxic people trying to cling to people who are trying to evolve, all of the hate, all of the drama, all of the nonsense, all of the lies, and all of those who are not courageous. It's going to be a battle of people that are rising against people who don't want to rise. And I honestly have to say, I really need low frequencies to stay away from my energy bubble. Learn from me through my videos, but please keep that low frequency energy away. If you don't want to learn, if you don't want to evolve, if you don't want to be courageous, if you don't want to go out here and tell the truth and accept the truth and live in truth, then I don't want that energy directly in my bubble. But I am not going to say, or you're a bad person. I'm not going to judge you. All I can say is I can help you through these videos. So hopefully I'm helping somebody today. Hopefully the world is not mad at me because I have such an unorthodox and magical unicorn way of living my lifestyle and thinking. But this is what works for me, and this is who I really am. I am a woman who evolved into a goddess who is eventually going to evolve into her phoenix stage of life. And I want that to be all of me and what I need and what I want. And what fulfills me, to let go of the toxic behaviors, to fulfill the voids of the love I didn't receive and the conversations I didn't get or the kisses and hugs that I missed out on. I don't want to miss out on those things anymore. So again, we're in this together, everybody. I love you. I love me. And we can do this journey and we can get through this. We can really, really open up and have some bomb ass relationships out here and friendships and family ships. So we just need to start talking and evolving. Let's do it.